just want to remind everyone to spread out as much as you can where possible. My name is Tishaura Jones. I'm the mayor of the city of St. Louis, and I use the she, her pronouns. 1 month ago, I stood here to outline my proposal for $80 million in direct relief through the American Recovery Plan Act, or ARPA. And my plan includes millions of dollars to get St. Louisans vaccinated, to provide economic assistance to keep families in their homes, to improve public safety by youth programming and community violence intervention programs. Also included was $5 million in direct assistance for thousands of St. Louis residents in the form of one-time $500 payments. At the time, I emphasized the need to move quickly as the Delta variant took hold of rural Missouri and families feared losing their homes. And now, I stand here today facing those same problems, but just on a grander scale. The Delta variant has reached St. Louis, and I've moved emergency funds to step up the community vaccine canvassing. A federal eviction moratorium is almost certain to expire on July 31st. There will be no more extensions. So I spent emergency funds to continue rental assistance programs. President Reed outlined his proposal, currently at the Board of Aldermen, just last week. I'm glad to see that he adopted a majority of my proposals to help get shots in arms, provide economic relief, and keep people safer in their neighborhoods. But the one glaring thing that's missing in Reed's proposal was a major proposal that has dominated the conversation since. $5 million in direct financial relief for St. Louis residents to help them put food on the table. This money would go directly into the pockets of St. Louisans who need it the most. It makes no sense to punish working families just to score political points. Last Thursday, local clergy, labor, and community leaders rallied right here at City Hall to demand a restoration to the $5 million for families who are struggling to recover from the tumultuous year. $500 payments would go far for so many working people across our city, two of whom are standing here with me today. A recent study outlined how federal direct payment dollars reduced food insecurity and lowered rates of financial instability. We can do that again in St. Louis. People need to be able to buy groceries, to pay their car payments, to have the chance to get back on their feet. I told a personal story about when I was a young mother and my child was a baby, it would have helped me tremendously for daycare payments. $500 for thousands would go a long way to making that happen. And remember, this is just the beginning. We have hundreds of millions more through the American Rescue Plan Act to spend. This investment in our city's families is by no means the final investment in our families and our people. Following Friday's Board of Aldermen meeting where no action was taken on pandemic aid, I reached out to President Reed to negotiate around these issues to get the process moving back on track. And I've said time and time again, I'm glad that the president and the board accepted a vast majority of my proposals. But to cut millions off in direct financial relief makes no sense. This morning, the president agreed to sit down with me, and I hope that we can work together on a healthy compromise and a package that includes direct financial relief for people who need it the most. I'm calling on the Board of Aldermen to restore the $5 million and put it back in the pockets of working people across this city. St. Louisans deserve financial security, now more than ever. So now I'd like to introduce Nikki Rush, a working mother and a fast food worker, and a leader in the Fight for 15, and a union member. Nikki?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Nikki Rush. I work at Crab Kings, and I am a leader in the Fight for 15 and a union. I've been working every single day during the pandemic, putting my life and my health at risk, as well as my kids. I make $13 an hour, which to some may seem like that's a lot, but trust me, that's not enough. I can't even afford to have a vehicle, so I have to rely on public transportation. So I'm even more exposed than ever. During one time during the pandemic, I was going from making, I was at 8 hour shift. My hours got cut from an 8 hour shift to a 2 to 3 hour shift. So it was leaving me with less money for me and my kids. So right now, I live with my sister, my brother, and my 2 kids in a 2 bedroom apartment because I can't afford my own place. This extra 500 will help out tremendously. I can finally get me my own house, apartment. I can use it to put it towards getting a vehicle. Most importantly, I can use it for medical emergencies because I don't have health insurance through my job. So any medical costs I have to pay with the money that comes out of my pocket, and that's not even enough. This year revealed something. Fast food workers like myself have known for a very long time that we are essential workers and we should be treated as such. We are calling all the city leaders, including the Board of Aldermen, to support us essential workers. We are calling all the leaders in St. Louis to support us, to be on our side, and to just be with us until we continue to fight and get a better future for the fast food and the low-wage workers. I want to thank Mayor Jones for her support and inviting me on the behalf of all the fast food workers in St. Louis. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kamille Bolden. I work for SLPS. My pronouns, Kamille, Kamille. Bolden is B as in boy, OL, D as in dog, EN. I work for SLPS, and I would qualify majorly with this $500 payment. My current job is an instructional care aide, so I take care of special needs children in the classroom whenever the teacher needs me. I'm trying my best to stay afloat right now. Yes, I am fortunate enough to have a stable job. I'm fortunate enough to have a place where I can call my own, but that does not make this easy. This past year, so many life choices and huge life adjustments have happened to the point where it's feeling like I'm drowning. The biggest thing that happened to me during this pandemic is that my mother passed away very suddenly from COVID. It took her quickly, she was not in pain, and therefore I am very grateful. But after she passed this last October, the bills that have come from that have been astronomical. I couldn't fathom being the oldest of her children and having to take care of everything she has left behind. From that moment forward, I've had to put my mental health aside to make sure that I am okay financially, that my family is okay with what decisions I've made and with whatever comes after that. Dealing with this has been heartbreaking, but it's also heartbreaking to know that there is a pause to put help in so many people's hands. I want to be stable, and I want my mental health and my financial dependency to not feel so struggling at the moment. We're calling on President Reed and the St. Louis Board of Aldermen to restore the $5 million in direct financial support to St. Louis families. And I thank you so much for hearing my story today.
Good morning. I'm Alderwoman Annie Rice. I represent the 8th Ward of the City of St. Louis, and I use the she series pronouns. I'm here today to stand with the people of St. Louis. We have an incredible, transformative opportunity to get cash to the people who need it and to trust them with how they best need to spend it. We have incredible other programs that we are working towards: real rental relief, towards mortgage relief, towards unemployment was cut off in Missouri, and we have real families who have suffered under the pandemic, and we are asking them to choose how best to spend this $500. We're not trying to say you have to spend it this way, you have to spend it on those medical bills, you have to spend it on childcare, you have to spend it on food. We're saying we trust you to know what your deepest need is and where that $500 is going to be most effective for your family. So it is our job as the Board of Aldermen, as the City of St. Louis government, to get the money out to people who most need it and then to trust them for what their needs are. So this is one way that government can kind of step out of the way and say that we trust our families, we trust our citizens to know what it is that they need. I am excited to stand with Mayor Jones today and with these women and these incredible St. Louis families who are asking the Board of Aldermen to get this piece back into the first round of ARPA recovery relief. We are looking for direct relief quickly. We have tons of other money, millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars still coming that we can work towards long-term investment in infrastructure, that we can work to solve some of our longest standing problems. But investing in people is what we see makes a huge difference. So everywhere in the country where basic income programs are being started or being investigated, this is not that, but this is one of those types of efforts that we're looking to people to see what it is that they need, and then they'll use it. We're not saying don't go to work. We're not saying, just live off this $500, because no one can do that. It's not enough money to live off of. This is an extra safety net for people to be able to choose that last piece of the bill that is going to keep them in their home, or is going to keep food on the table, or is going to pay that medical bill that is going to keep them out of bankruptcy. So there are so many things that this can be used for. When I put out an ask on Twitter last week of what could you use that $500 for, and there were tons of different responses. So I would ask my colleagues at the Board of Aldermen to stand alongside us, to stand alongside the people of St. Louis. Let's make this investment in our people, because they're the ones that make this city amazing. Thank you so much.